If you're a small YouTuber who's struggling to get views, watch closely because many big creators only started to go viral once they learned how to make the YouTube algorithm love them. You see, it's not by chance that some channels stay small while some others skyrocket. And it's actually one that I used to go from zero experience and zero revenue to over $600,000 in just 3 short years. If you thought it's hard, it's not. In fact, it's actually just 4 simple steps, and in this video, I'm going to walk you through them all. The first is the one that it's by far the most important, and yet most people don't quite understand it. And I like to call it the hot topic hunting. You see, you can have an amazing video, you can have spent hours and hours and lots of money making the video, but if no one cares about the topic, no one is actively looking for the topic, the YouTube algorithm isn't going to love you and your video isn't going to get promoted. Now, if you were an already established channel with a huge following, it's a different story because at that time you could have a fan base that'll watch whatever you put out. But as a small YouTuber, this could be a rather painful experience. Trust me, I've been there. You see, YouTube isn't just a video platform, it's the second biggest search engine in the world behind Google. What that means is every day, millions of people from around the world are typing into the YouTube search bar something they're interested in. That's called traffic. And while some people try their best to create their own traffic, my philosophy has always been to just find the traffic and stand in front of it. Using tools like vidIQ, using Google, and also just actively learning about your niche are, in my opinion, the best ways to learn what's hot. So remember, find out what people are searching for in your niche, find out what's hot in your niche, and do videos on those. It can really help your channel go viral, and it's the first step in making the YouTube algorithm love you. The second step is to write an attractive title. Now, a title is the second thing people see when they search on YouTube, and trust me when I say it could literally make or break your video. For a quick primer, in case you didn't already know, a title has 3 primary jobs, and that's to pique the viewer's curiosity, pique the viewer's curiosity, and pique the viewer's curiosity. You can have an amazing video, but if the title doesn't catch their attention and make them go, no one's going to click on the video, and hence all the time and research you spent developing that video is going to go down the drain. Here's a quick insight that I use that inspires me to write better titles. Let's say that 10 out of 100 people click on my average title. That's 10%, not too shabby. But I always like to think, what if I crafted a title in a little bit more attractive way and say instead of 10, I had maybe 15 or 20 people out of 100 that click on it? Well, you know what that'll do? First off, in YouTube's eyes, that's a 5 to 10% increase in CTR. And from my experience, that actually triggers YouTube's algorithm to recommend that video out to a wider audience and hence get more views. In fact, it actually leads to a lot more views, as in this example where I got nearly 20,000 views in just the first 60 minutes alone. 20,000 in just 60 minutes. You know, it used to take me like a day to get 20,000, but now if I don't get 20,000 in like 3 hours, I feel like I failed. One more thing to keep in mind when crafting titles is try and look at it from your potential viewer's point of view. When they're looking at their browser, they're seeing lots and lots of different titles. Ask yourself, what is it about your title that stands out that could potentially make viewers click it over the other titles they see? Make sure your title doesn't look like the 5 other ones that are in front of their eyes. And this leads me directly to my third step in making the YouTube algorithm love you, and that's by making an amazing thumbnail. A title is the second thing a person sees, but the thumbnail is the first thing, and it's arguably just as important as the video itself. Now here's a little story. In my first year of running a faceless YouTube channel, there was a period of time where, without changing the quality of the videos, I just completely focused on thumbnails and improved them so much that it literally tripled my income. That is not a joke. Just like the title, the thumbnail is directly related to CTR, which stands for click-through rate. And if you have a 5 or 10% CTR, which is just 5 to 10 more people out of 100 clicking on your video, the algorithm will fall in love with you and will promote the heck out of you. One quick tip I have for thumbnails is to remember the colors red, blue, yellow, and green. From my research, these colors are very attractive to the human eye, and I incorporate at least 1 or 2 of them in each of my thumbnails. Mr. Beast, arguably the #1 YouTuber in the world, does this as well. Like, look at his thumbnails here. He has a blue train, a blue sky, all sorts of people wearing red, a green radio signal, blue in the background of this photo here, green night vision scope here, a blue shirt, and finally a red jacket and a blue background. See what I mean? Make sure your thumbnails stand out, and using strong bright colors is a great way of doing it. Now, the fourth thing that you can do to make the YouTube algorithm fall in love with you is to become a great storyteller. When it comes to writing a script, it's not the most informative script that keeps people's attention. Instead, it's the one that tells the story the best. Heck, if there were two videos with the same thumbnail, same title, but one had good information but was poorly told, whereas the other just had so-so information but was told masterfully, I bet that video B would hold the attention of the audience longer than video A, and hence it would get more views. Learn how to tell stories. Now, it's a lot easier said than done, and honestly, it's something that I'm still working on to this day. One great tip I have to improve your skills of storytelling is by watching great storytelling. Find some of your favorite channels on YouTube where the narrator completely captures your attention and study them. Monkey see, monkey do. How long are their intros? How long are each of the points? How do they transition between points? Be a student. Now, this is an area that, like I said, I'm still actively working on. But in my short studies, it's allowed me to tremendously boost my average view duration from 40% to 60%. And when that happens, as per YouTube, the algorithm will love you, and consequently, it'll promote your video to a wider audience and get you more views.